So if you don't know me, then you don't know that I really have a huge love for animals and I take care of those who are part of my family. This is Aja right here, and we're out for a walk right now. It's 3 degrees feel like temperature, 3 above zero. And yeah, when I get home, I'm gonna have to wash her paws off because of the salt on the ground, and then I'm gonna have to use some bag balm on her. Now, let's get into it.
I clean up pretty quickly, pretty well, don't you think? And the only reason I say that is because I'm not sure which got cleaner quicker, me or the Marlin Animal Shelter once Jeff Rich's video went viral. Speaking of videos, I have one more video to show you right now, and that is from a woman named Michelle, who's an animal advocate in the community. If you've seen the video, scrub through to the next bit of information.
Are you telling me the chief of police in Marlin asked you to take down your video?
Yeah, he was like, what can he do so that will make me take him down? I was like, well, you need to start off by going in and burying the dead dog and going there and clean. And I told him that I breed dogs, I'm a French Bulldog breeder, English Bulldog breeder. I was like, on my hours, I know what dogs are supposed to be taken care of. I know what the water bowls look like if they've not been watered in one day, and the amount of dust that was inside the bowls. I could tell that if the bowls haven't touched water in weeks, and he tried to say that the dried up piss was water. I was like, it's cold outside. Water isn't going to stick to the floor. You know how dog pee is, it sticks to the floor. Water doesn't stick to the floor. It would have been everywhere.
Well,
so I know
I heard part of that. You said I'm no expert on shit.
Yeah, I'm not
But I
expert
do
on
know
shit, but
The shit? I seen your videos and pictures.
yeah, you can say how old dog poop is. I know how old 2-week dog shit is.
Yeah,
I
I
pick
heard
up
him
dog
say
shit every 2 weeks a day. in the
Now,
shower, and I pick up
now
dog
we
shit.
could smell the decay of the dog. How long do you think you're a breeder? So how long do you think that dog's been
At least
dead?
a couple of days. And he tried to tell me that she was there this morning at 4 o'clock and feeding and watering them. I said, but none of those bowls had any water or food in
She
them.
was not here this morning because she was late getting here.
And she's clocked in at 4 o'clock. She clocked in. And then she went to the FFA thing.
FFA, that's Future Farmers of America, and the reason I'm familiar with it is because I lived in Texas for years, and actually I was at an FFA event just last year outside Corpus Christi in a rural area known as Robstown. The other question is, who is the she that people kept mentioning, or the gentleman kept mentioning in the video? Well, I can't get any return phone calls or emails from any of the officials I reached out to. So this is coming from information from people who have reached out to me, and I have reached out back to them, and they are in Marlin. They live in that tiny community of Marlin or in the outside area of Waco, or people who used to live there. And they tell me it is Nicole Grams. Now, Nicole Grams also happens to be the owner of Royal Rough Grooming, where they offer grooming as well as boarding services. There's a testimonial to her work right there. Now, over at the Marlin Animal Shelter, though, where she was the animal control officer up until recently, this would be what some might call, you might say, the death chamber. Dogs come in like this one and don't come out alive. Why is that? Well, Police Chief Hummel, again, James Hummel, won't get back with me, but I did hear him on local media, and besides saying the dead dog seemed fine the day before, he also said they don't do vet screening. So here is what Police Chief Hummel had to say about why things transpired the way they did.
I think we need a training on cleaning the kennels. Maybe we haven't been cleaning them as good as maybe we should have been cleaning them. We're going to look at our
He did say cleaning, right? Not draining, because he originally had said that there were drainage issues with the facility. Now, it's my understanding that when the facility was built, they had built it with no kind of system for water. It's also my understanding that they were bringing in bottles of water for the dogs. I guess bottled water is better than no water at all, right? So if they're having these drainage issues, let me just see this. The city had nearly $15,000 in budget surplus for building maintenance and repair funds as of August 31st, 2023. So that means there were 30 days left in the fiscal year to spend it, and that money wasn't spent. So they slashed their building maintenance and repair budget over half for the fiscal year 2024. How much money $14,885 to be exact. And how do I know that? Well, that is public record from the city of Marlin itself. With that said, we've already talked about Nicole Grams, the former ACO at the Marlin Animal Shelter. How about we talk about Candace Grams? Yes, the last name is the same, and that's because Candace is Nicole's mother. Now, Candace is well known around town, meaning that she once had a flower shop that burned down under mysterious circumstances, people say, but she was also a former Falls County District Appraisal, I believe, employee. And let me just take this from one of the local papers here, and you can see it says that she had faced up to life in prison, cashed 319 appraisal district checks worth $289,000 in her name, according to prosecutors. She was also fined $10,000 for that charge. She was sentenced to 5 years probation and fined $20,000 after being convicted of 2 counts of fabricating physical evidence. That's a little bit of background behind Candace Grams. Now, we're told that Candace Grams and Police Chief James Hummel were actually dating, and the last time, or at least one time, that people saw them together was National Night Out, and that was back in October. So the police chief is or was dating Candace Grams, and Candace Grams' daughter, Nicole, was the former ACO, or at least was the ACO at the time that Jeff Rich went in there and made that shocking discovery. So Jeff went in there and got the video and the pictures, and then the police chief asked him to take down that video he put up on social media. The police chief asked a private citizen to take that video he posted off of social media. That doesn't sound right to many people. And then the police chief confirmed it himself on the local news.
I met with him. He came up to the PD and told him that I was, as soon as I'd already been down here and had already started the process of cleaning the kennels.
Did you ask him to remove the videos online?
I did, yes.
He asked Rich to remove the videos from social media, and he also said that he was cleaning it up. So that's the thing. If he cleaned things up, if they were cleaning things up, what if there was potential evidence in there? If there was some type of criminal investigation, if you will, like some type of laws had been broken, maybe animal cruelty laws, well, the evidence had already been cleaned up, if there was evidence to begin with. All right, so the district attorney of Falls County, Jody Gillum, it's been 2 weeks and she hasn't done anything, at least that she's made public, and most people say she's not going to do anything at all. So she is the one, though, that if she suspects anything criminal, that she would have to invite an outside organization like the Texas Rangers who would investigate. But the thing is, most people think she's not going to do a thing at all. But there is something that you can do, and that is contact the Texas Attorney General, Ken Paxton, and talk to him about the situation that's happening in Marlin. And I'm sure there will be some more developments and some reaction to the story. At least that's what I'm hoping, because at the end of the day, do you really want this story swept under the rug? Who knows what could happen next? The shelter, there's no animals in there right now, thank goodness, is what people are saying. But what if it reopens and things are just the same as always?